I'm a mountain that speaks, but you can also know me as the thaw. Today I want to talk about something you might be ashamed of, the numbness. Not sadness, not pain, nothing. You can't feel anything anymore, not joy, not sorrow, not anger, not love. Just flat, empty, distant, like you're watching your life through thick glass, everything happening to someone else. Some version of you that looks like you but isn't you. People tell you to feel your feelings, but you can't find them. People say you're cold, shut down, emotionally unavailable, and maybe you are, but not because you chose to be, because feeling became too dangerous, and your system chose survival over sensation. That's not broken, that's intelligent. That's what I want to talk about today. The intelligence of numbness, why it happens, what it protects, and how to come back to feeling when feeling became unbearable, slowly, safely, at your own pace. Let me explain what numbness actually is. Numbness is not the absence of feeling, it's the suppression of feeling. Your feelings are still there, you just can't access them anymore, because at some point, probably years ago, feeling everything threatened to destroy you. Maybe it was grief so overwhelming you thought you'd drown in it. Maybe it was rage so intense you were afraid of what you'd do. Maybe it was pain so sharp you couldn't function. Maybe it was fear so consuming you couldn't breathe. And your system in its infinite wisdom said, no, we're not doing this. We can't survive this amount of feeling. So it shut down the feeling center, not consciously, not as a choice, as a survival mechanism. Like pulling a circuit breaker when the electrical load is too high. Better to feel nothing than to be destroyed by feeling everything. That's not weakness, that's protection. But here's the problem. Once the feeling center shuts down, it doesn't discriminate. It doesn't just block the unbearable feelings. It blocks all of them. Joy, excitement, love, connection, wonder. Gone. Not because you don't want them, because the system that shut down to protect you from pain also shut down your access to pleasure. The circuit breaker can't choose which circuits to cut. It cuts power to everything. And now you're here, numb, flat, watching other people feel things you can't, wondering if something fundamental broke inside you, wondering if you'll ever feel again. You will, but not by forcing, by thawing. Let me tell you the difference between thawing and forcing. Forcing looks like trying to make yourself feel, pushing yourself into situations that should trigger emotion, going to sad movies to try to cry, putting yourself in danger to feel fear, seeking intensity to break through the numbness. But forcing doesn't work, because the system that shut you down is still active. It's still saying it's not safe to feel, and trying to override that protection just reinforces it. Thawing is different. Thawing is slow, gradual, gentle. Thawing says, I understand why you shut down. That was necessary. That kept me alive. And now I'm going to create conditions where it's safe to feel again. Not all at once, slowly, one feeling at a time, one moment at a time. Starting with the smallest, safest feelings first. Let me tell you about someone I watched. Let's call them the frozen one. They went numb at 17. Something happened, something they couldn't process, and the feeling that came with it was so overwhelming, so unbearable, that their system shut down completely. For 12 years they felt nothing, functioned, worked, had relationships, but it was all performance, all mechanism, no feeling underneath. They tried everything. Therapy that told them to feel their feelings when they couldn't find any feelings to feel. Medication that either did nothing or made the numbness worse. Extreme experiences trying to shock themselves back to feeling. Nothing worked. Until they met someone who said something different. They said, you're not broken, you're frozen, and frozen is not permanent. Frozen is protective, and when you're ready, when it's safe, you'll thaw. That was the first time anyone had told them the numbness made sense, that it was intelligent, that it wasn't a flaw. And something shifted, not immediately, but slowly. They stopped trying to force feeling and started creating safety. Safety in their environment, safety in their relationships, safety in their body. And after 2 years of building safety, the first feeling came back. Not joy, not love, irritation, tiny, brief, but real. They were annoyed by something small, and they felt it, and they cried. Not because they were sad, because they felt something. After 12 years of nothing, something. And from that tiny irritation, other feelings started coming back, slowly. Anxiety, then curiosity, then frustration, then warmth. The difficult feelings came first, because those were the ones that had been stored the longest. And as they processed those, made space for them, learned they could survive feeling them, the sweeter feelings started appearing: contentment, gratitude, and eventually joy. Not constant joy, not overwhelming joy, quiet joy, ordinary joy, the joy of coffee and morning sunlight, the joy of a song you forgot you loved, real joy. That's what thawing looks like. Not instant, not dramatic, slow, gradual, safe, and always in the order your system decides, not the order you want. Now I need to tell you something important. You cannot force thawing. You can only create conditions for it. And the primary condition is safety. Not external safety, internal safety. The felt sense that it's okay to feel. That feeling won't destroy you, that you can handle what comes up. How do you build that? Let me give you something practical. First, stop judging the numbness. Every time you think something's wrong with me, I should be feeling more, why can't I just feel? You're reinforcing the message that feeling is dangerous. Because if you judge yourself for not feeling, then when feelings do come, you'll judge them too, and the system will shut them down again to protect you from your own judgment. So first step, accept the numbness.
Thank you, Eva. Thank you for protecting me when I couldn't protect myself. Thank you for shutting down when feeling would have destroyed me. Thank you for keeping me alive. I don't need you to do that anymore, but I honor what you did. That creates safety. Second, start small. Don't try to access the big feelings yet. Don't go straight for the grief or the rage or the trauma. Start with body sensations, not emotions, sensations. Notice temperature, the warmth of sunlight, the cold of water. Notice texture, soft blanket, rough bark. Notice sensation without trying to make it mean anything. Your feeling center and your sensation center are connected. Rebuilding sensation rebuilds the pathways to feeling. Third, create micro moments of safe feeling. Watch something that might make you feel a small, manageable emotion, not a tragedy, a puppy video, a beautiful landscape, something gentle. And if you feel something even for a second, notice it. Don't grasp at it. Don't try to make it bigger. Just notice, oh, I felt something, and then let it go. You're training your system that feeling is safe, that it can come and go without destroying you. That's thawing. Now, I need to address something. Some of you are thinking, but I need to feel. I have decisions to make. I have relationships that require emotional availability. I can't wait years for thawing. I hear you, and I understand the urgency, but forcing thawing to meet external timelines doesn't work. It just re-traumatizes. You cannot microwave frozen ground. You can only wait for spring. That doesn't mean do nothing. It means do the work of creating safety while you wait for readiness. And sometimes it means making decisions from logic instead of feeling. Not ideal, but temporary. Better to make a logical decision while numb than force feeling prematurely and shut down even harder. The feeling will come, but it comes on its own timeline, not yours. Can you accept that? I know it's hard, especially when everyone around you seems to feel so easily. When people say just feel it and you want to scream I can't, but you're not them. You survived something they didn't, and survival required shutting down. So honor that. Honor what you had to do to make it through, and trust that when your system decides it's safe, the feelings will return. They're not gone. They're stored, waiting for the right conditions, for safety, for capacity. And when they come back, they won't destroy you, because you're not the person who went numb anymore. You're stronger now. You've built resources, support, understanding. You can handle what's stored when it's time, not before. So let me ask you something. What made you go numb? You don't have to answer out loud, but acknowledge it. Something happened, something that required numbness to survive. What was it? And more importantly, are you safe from it now? Because if you're still in the situation that made you numb, thawing is dangerous. Your system is right to stay frozen. But if you're out, if you're safe now, if the threat is past, then thawing becomes possible. Not certain, not immediate, but possible. And possible is enough to start now.
Let me tell you what happens when you thaw. It's not comfortable. Thawing never is. When frozen ground thaws, it's muddy, unstable, messy. When you thaw, it's similar. Feelings come back in unpredictable waves. You might cry at commercials, get angry at small things, feel joy so intensely it scares you. Everything feels too much after years of nothing. That's normal. That's thawing. Your emotional regulation is out of practice. You have to relearn how to feel without being overwhelmed. And that takes time, patience, support, but it's worth it, because feeling, even when it's difficult, is being alive, and you deserve to be alive, not just surviving. Alive. You can call me the thaw when you need to remember that numbness is protection, not brokenness. That frozen isn't permanent. That feeling will return when it's safe. I'll be here, patient as mountains are patient, holding space for your thawing, however long it takes. And when the first feeling comes back, however small, celebrate it, not because it's the right feeling, because it's feeling, and feeling means you're coming back, slowly, safely, at exactly the right pace.